Hey everyone, I'm Sly, and I'm here with D. And today we're going to talk about how in the world do you beat Canelo Alvarez? Now, D, when was the last time Canelo lost? When he was 23 against Floyd? It's been a long ass time, dude. Yeah. So, I mean, what is it going to take, do you think, as a Canelo hater you are, to beat Canelo Alvarez?
I feel like there's always been a way to beat Canelo Alvarez. The only issue is, and I've been saying it like the last couple of years, no one could do it right now because since Floyd retired, there's no one been like him, and there's no one that could do what he did. To beat Canelo, I believe that you need a good jab. Because Canelo is naturally a counterpuncher. Yeah. He's not naturally the aggressor. It worked with Gennady Golovkin, which I'll talk about that a little bit later. But how to beat Canelo, and I'll take away from the Billy Joe Saunders fight and the Caleb Plant fight, is you need a lot of movement. Not so much movement freaking Khan, how he just runs around, but movement like Floyd, where you move around in angles, and then you move where you throw off the jab and not get hit. If you look at Caleb Plant up until the 11th round probably was up one round.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Please get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
Oh,
well, some guys,
okay.
Not majority. I'm saying the people like Timothy Bradley and all those are freaking announcers, hater. But you have to remember this is boxing, so how they think usually they're right about how the judges look at it. You know?
No, but the judges had Canelo up, all three of them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is. With that, some people thought Caleb Plant did really good as far as throwing the jab and implementing what Floyd did. The only thing is that Caleb Plant doesn't have any freaking power, man. And he started to slow down because he let Canelo get to his sweet spot, hit the body. And so I feel the only way to beat Canelo is two things. You need a good jab. You need to also move around in angles to where he's not going to throw the body shot, because that's his natural thing. He wants you to attack first. Every time someone attacks him, he'll counter and then go straight to the body, and then arrow spins, just slowly just start chopping you down.
Yeah, I like a lot of things you said, and when you said that, I think only one name came to mind. Should I say it? Bud Crawford, man.
Bud Crawford, yeah.
And I know he's a smaller guy. But what he does, he's good at using angles. Not only is he orthodox, he's a southpaw. He can go back and forth, and he uses angles so great. And like you said, I like how you said it. Not in a way that Amir Khan does, wasted movement where he's just running around the ring, getting his ass tired. So I mean, that's the kind of guy I think that has a chance, because these bigger guys, even though they're bigger, they're freaking they're not as fast, they're slow. And Canelo, what he does is when he throws a punch, he's already thinking 2, 3, 4 punches down the road. He's like a chess player, a high IQ guy. And I think in order to beat a high IQ guy, you got to have another guy is just as high as an IQ, and that is Terrence Crawford. I mean, Canelo, like I said, he's a beast. Right now, I have him pound for pound number 1, the greatest boxer right now. He's trying to make history as the greatest boxer of all time, the way he's going. So, I mean, it's going to be hard for someone to beat it. Maybe Terrence Crawford, like I said. I don't know, man. What do you think?
I think right now the best people to beat him are probably going to be Terrence Crawford or Bivol, just like how you said it. Just because Bivol has everything that I said too. Yeah. He's got the head movement and he's got a nice jab. He's not the biggest power puncher, but those are things that Canelo does not like. He does not like speed at all. The only reason it worked with freaking Gennady Golovkin the first time was because that dude is just a freaking animal. And then 2, Canelo's usually he's used to punching people, and then they just stop. This guy freaking coming forward like a freight train. Yeah. And but he figured him out, man. He figured him out. Just go to the body. He has no defense. When you go to the body, what happens? You leave your chin open, and then he was slowly able to break down GGG. So, and that's where I feel a lot of Canelo's opponents have failed, because they're trying to be the bigger guy. And usually when you're the bigger guy, you do have to play bully ball, but when you're just it's kind of like the Vladimir Klitschko in a way, when you're just trying to go for the freaking knockout, you end up just tiring yourself out, and then you get yourself knocked out. And so you have to box smart. You have to box in angles, get your jab in. When you get your jab, you that's where it opens up the opening for your for your counters, and you just like have to just move in angles to like not stand in the middle. And those are my guys who could possibly like put up a fight is Bivol and Crawford, but.
But the only different, like we're looking at Floyd Mayweather, man. This is a completely different Canelo Alvarez, and at 23 years old. So I mean, it's tough, man. These past few years, I mean, Canelo, he's just been dominating.
Well, that's why I brought up the Caleb Plant fight, because he still showed what he was still like had weaknesses, but he also showed where he improved in. So when Floyd was against the ropes and he had his little shoulder roll and he would do the counter. So when Canelo would go to the body, at first Caleb Plant was having good success because he would go to the body and then he would counter right away. But what Canelo started to do, if you look at the footage, is he started to put his hand over on Caleb Plant's head and push it down. So Caleb Plant, when he tried to go for the counter, he wasn't able to because his head was down and he had to push his body up, which made him more tired and gassed out. And then so it left more openings for Canelo, and that's how he got the little shot right at the end at the 11th round.
And that just shows you the IQ of Canelo. It shows you how Canelo, he just has the IQ, man. Like I was saying, like he always thinks like 3-4 steps ahead. Well, you know, by the end of the fight, like that's what he did with Kovalev. You know, he slowly broke him down. You know, like he was probably that fight. I thought he was actually losing that fight, and then he slowly, you could tell the last two rounds before he knocked him out, he was picking him apart. He finally got it. He finally had the blueprint, and he took advantage. And so that's why I say it's so hard to beat Canelo. You know, because like, oh man, he's just a monster.
Yeah. But that's why I mentioned those two guys, because I think those two guys are quick to adapt. But right now, I'll be honest, I don't really see anybody beating him. But those will be the two guys I could see like putting up a fight. Yeah,
man. So I mean, like you said, he's going for history right now. You know, he's really freaking. He's the king of this decade, pretty much. And we'll see, man, if anyone could stop him, man. So let us know. We'll go for it.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I was just gonna be because he has everything, man. He's got knockout power. He's a counter puncher. He's got speed. He's got good defense. Those are like what his weaknesses were. He didn't really do a lot of head movement with Floyd. And now he does that.
His defense is just insane, man. Now, like,
and his cardio's gotten better too. So that's his big thing. So that's why I just don't really see anybody beating him right now.
And when he started, that was his big issue, his cardio, right? His cardio. Remember, he would gas out, start putting his hands down a little bit, you know, but now like you look at him and it's like he's fine, man. He's like freaking, he could go 20 rounds, it looks like. So I mean, it's gonna be a guy that has a high IQ, like I said, maybe Bud Crawford, but even then, like I don't know about, I think he would probably be the closest in my opinion, you know. So but I don't know, guys, let us know, can Canelo be beat? Comment down below, make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.